Good evening, Crabs fans around the world and around the block, listening on the World Wide Web and on the radio. The Crabs are back home and on the air. This is Benjamin Schaefer along with Aaron Donaldson, and we are delighted to bring you all the rock'em sock'em baseball action as the Crabs take on the Lone Wolves from Chico for the first of a midweek two-game series. The Crabs were on the road last week, as you probably know. They were 3-3 on the road. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Healdsburg Prune Packers, but then won 2 out of 3 against the Lincoln Potters. So a pretty good road trip for the Crabs. They went 0-6 last year on the road trip, and so a much better result this year. And breaking even is pretty much what even major league teams minimally want to achieve. And so the Crabs did well on the road trip, and I don't know what place they're in the league now, but they're definitely in contention to win the Pacific League that we're in.
Benjamin, if you would have said a week ago that the Crabs were going to go 500 on the road trip, Liam Warner here in the booth especially would have been pumped, because that was the marker that he set for success for this team. They were undefeated, 12-0 here at Arcata Ballpark going on that road trip. We'd like to see that continue with the Chico Lone Wolves in town tonight and tomorrow. Lincoln Potters are back in town for more Pacific Empire League action this weekend. That's going to be a great
Big
series.
Games this weekend.
Yeah,
Yep,
so a lot of fun
series.
baseball this week here in Arcata.
Why don't we give you the lineups for the opposing team? Aaron, you want to give us the Lone Wolves?
I've got them. The Lone Wolves batting leadoff for Chico is Nick Anderson, who's going to play second base. Jaden Nujbauer is the shortstop batting second. Michael Ryan, right field, bats third. Dane Zenton, the catcher, is the fourth batter. Tyler Porter there at first base is batting fifth. Luke Henderson, the designated hitter, bats sixth. Aiden Robles, the third baseman, bats seventh. Kinzer Day, the center fielder, bats eighth. Taylor Shakespeare, that's actually the name, is in left field, batting ninth. Nathan Brown is going to be on the pitch here in the next inning.
All right.
Throw for the Lone Wolves there.
We'll give you the Crabs lineup in the bottom of the first because we're ready to be underway with the Lone Wolves. Ooh! Yip, yip. Here's the first pitch. Fastball misses inside. It's 1-0.
Go ahead.
Defensively for the Crabs, it's Miles Oliver on the mound. Liam Forsyth is catching. Caden Lee at first. Parker Rogers at second. Keenan Morris at third. Elijah McNeil at short. The next pitch misses inside. 1-1 now to, who's this? This is Anderson. Nolan Hamilton is in left. Tyler Howard in center. And Sutter Moss is in right field. Miles Oliver on the mound for the Crabs. And let's see, I think we probably have some stats on Miles. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that one is high and inside.
Look at it, 2 wins, a 2.91 ERA, 3 games, 12 innings pitched, 19 strikeouts, 7 walks, 6 hits in that time for Miles Oliver.
All right, 2-1 the count. Here comes the pitch. Fouled over towards the Crabs dugout. Hit that ball pretty hard. That scattered some players over there.
Got to stay sharp there, just behind home plate.
Got to pay attention at the ballpark.
Yeah.
Especially if you're down on the field.
Or close to the net there. Too many people like to get the camera right up next to the net, forgetting when the ball comes back, the net gives.
And that gives a lot, too. Here's the
Yes.
pitch. And he slaps that one. Foul down the third baseline. Morris is heading over there, but no play. And a fan caught it out in the picnic area.
You can hear the surprise in Benjamin's voice.
Wow. Obviously an out-of-towner. 2-2 the count.
Some sure hands there from the Arcata faithful.
I'm stunned. The 2-2 misses low and inside, and the count goes full.
When the Lone Wolves come to town, you have to make the obligatory Airheads reference. You can't pluralize Lone Wolves. For starters, there's 9 of you.
Well, if they're Lone Wolves, yeah, then there should only be one player.
They're not
Next
exactly
pitch misses
lone,
inside.
are they?
And Anderson draws the walk.
Well, I was talking to Liam Warner about the road trip, and I asked him to summarize his take, and he said 2 things. One, they're real gritty, these Crabs. Cardiac Crabs, they're going to fight hard, come back if they need to. And 2, the walks can kill them. They can walk too many people in inopportune times.
We saw that even though they were undefeated at home, they still had struggled a few times with walks. There's a bunt down the first baseline, and the toss to the pitcher covering, and that's going to be an infield hit for Nujbauer.
Just a good hustle bunt there to first base. Kind of a little bouncing dribbler between the mound and first plate.
Really perfectly placed.
Yeah, both Crabs, like they played it well. It was just a quick run and a good bunt. 2 on. Not
So
great.
with 2 on, nobody out, here's Michael Ryan, the right fielder. Oliver sets and deals. A strike at the knees. 0-1. Do we know who the umpires are tonight?
Yeah, I've got that. I don't know if I can find it right away. Let's see here. I have too many things written down.
The 0-1. Slap foul.
The umpire at third base is Zach Morton. Home is Harvey Maxey. And at first base, it looks like Brandon Coburn.
Harvey Maxey, has he been here before?
A couple of times.
Not a regular, though. So 0-2 now, the count. Oliver, a long look in now. Anderson at second. Neubauer at first. He looks at second and deals. Down low.
Can't find a lot about the Chico Lone Wolves from the old Point Street because they just give us the Pacific Empire League contest. We know that they lost to the Lincoln Potters on June 17th, 5-7. That's all we know.
1-2 the count. And the next pitch, slap down the right field. Oh, grabbed by Lee, and he tags first, not in time, but a great play by Caden Lee on a ball headed down the first baseline, a leaping catch, and that had double written all over it, Aaron.
Just a beat away from an unassisted double play there by Caden Lee. He made an outstanding jump to get that catch and then lead out for first base. Could not quite make the tag there, but really great effort. Hitter really reaching for a ball outside there and shooting it down the first baseline. Great play.
So 1 away. And here's Zane Denton. And a pitch way outside and high. So 2-1 out now. No wind at all, no sun at all.
It is beautiful.
It is a dreary, overcast,
beautiful Humboldt evening.
Day in Humboldt. I was in Santa Cruz all last week. The weather was beautiful. Right down the middle of the strike, beautiful. Sunny, warm, every single day, not a single cloud. Every single day I was there. Sunday I drove home. It was beautiful all the way home. And then I got to Scotia.
And it got even better.
You should have been on the road trip with me.
1-1 the count.
Free air conditioning. That's all I have to say.
Here's the pitch. Slapped.
Yikes.
Hard.
Yikes.
Against the wall over by the Lone Wolves dugout, and that almost took out the on-deck hitter.
Got to stay frosty there behind
Boy,
home plate.
he dived out of the way, and that was really close. And that was hit very hard.
Yeah, didn't get the exit speed on that. But it was moving.
And there's a fastball high, and the count goes even 2-2.
Nick Anderson's way off second base out there, and they're just giving him all day to lead. Chico wearing black uniforms with what looked like purple pinstripes, really digging the black and purple look. Crabs into camo tops, white pants.
Here's the pitch, slapped foul again, and that one almost took out the cameraman over there.
Just gonna repeat, you gotta stay frosty behind home plate here at the Arcata Ballpark.
2-2. Boy, that ball is just ricocheting everywhere.
Yeah.
Now the wind picking up a little bit and blowing out towards center field. 2-2. And the pitch. Whoa, way high with an off-speed pitch. He's really missing high, very high with that changeup.
Struggling with control right now.
So the count goes full.
This has been the story for some of the Crabs pitching this year. We've gotten behind early with walks and wild pitches, and they've been able frequently to come back, dig themselves out of the hole, but you'd rather not put yourself in that
I mean,
situation.
but how many times, the thing is, that doesn't happen that often.
Right.
That's fouled out of play.
Right.
I mean, you can't rely on that every time.
No, baseball's the kind of game where you really can't spot anybody, anything.
Oliver has 7 walks in 12 1/3 innings. Crabs, as a team, have 103 walks and 200 strikeouts. So that actually, well, 2-1 is usually pretty good, but usually the Crabs ratio is much higher than that.
Yeah.
And that's ball 4. So that's going to load the bases with 1 out. Usually it's like 3-1.
Hey, got a shout out sent to the booth to Kalani Hernandez from Dad and Boy, turning 7 tomorrow. And we wish you a happy birthday with all our love.
Yeah, when they went on the road against the Lincoln, they had a 4-walk game, a 9-walk game, and a 4-walk game. They won the 2 4-walk games, and they lost the 9-walk
No kidding.
game.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Now, Forsyth out to the mound. There's some kind of conversation going on between Forsyth and Oliver. And the umpire's headed out now to break it up.
That's 17 walks across 3 games.
Crabs team ERA coming into this game is 3.89.
And now at bat, first baseman, number 26, Tyler Porter.
Don't like the bases loaded look in the top of the first inning, Benjamin. I feel
No
like
me
we've
gusta.
been here before.
No me gusta. Here's Tyler Porter, the first baseman. And the pitch, miss. Oh, it was a strike. Whoa, oh boy.
I mean,
on the outside corner,
We'll take it.
I guess. But yikes, according to the
very charitable strike.
according to the radar, man, that was about a foot off the plate.
Yeah, it was way out there.
William Forsythe did a good job bringing the pitch back in. The 0-1, maybe he sold it. I don't know.
You would like to say
Down
he
low.
framed it, but the
1-1.
glove really did have to get out there to make the catch.
So a ball and a strike now, the count to Porter. Bases are loaded, only 1 out here in the top of the first. Oliver sets and comes home. Check swing, and did he go? No, says the first base umpire. Pitch was high.
71 miles an hour and high. Still struggling with that strike zone.
Two and 1 to count. Fouled out of play.
Pretty good crowd here tonight for Superhero Night. I've seen some capes, saw Wonder Woman go by. That's pretty exciting.
2 and 2. Next pitch is called strike 3. Yikes.
Yeah, the folks here in the media booth said he was going to call him, and he did. It was absolutely outside, but he's apparently going to call those strikes. So.
It's going to be a rather wide strike zone apparently tonight because that was a good foot off the plate.
Yeah, take note, hitters.
So 2 away, and here's Henderson.
Big opportunity here to get out of trouble with no runs on the board.
Henderson, though, looks like he could put the hurt on the ball.
He
if
really
he gets it.
looks
that
like
bat looks like a
trouble.
toothpick.
He's a large
Here's
man.
the pitch. Is a strike on the
Way
outside corner.
outside.
Wow.
68
Okay.
and way outside.
Well, you know, my theory before we left was that there's something bending space and time down there in home plate, and that would explain the wideness of the strike zone.
Massive body with the number 45 on the back.
Yeah.
This hitter could potentially bend space time.
The
I would
0-1
believe that.
is down low.
Is that the kind of thing that you have to be up close to see it? As I understand gravitational lensing, you do have to be in a certain place.
You do have to be in a certain place
order
to see it.
yeah.
Well, we're seeing it here from the booth, you see.
But what we see
Right.
isn't the same as what
1
the
and 1,
umpire
that's right.
sees.
1 and 1 the count. This is down low. It's 2 and 1. Well, we know space and time are relative, so maybe from the umpire's perspective, it's right over the heart of the plate.
Yeah, that's right.
2 and 1 the count. And here's the pitch. There's a strike at the knees. Perfect pitch.
That
2
was
and
a
2.
good pitch. 77, right on the margin, low. Looking for a ground ball there to get out of trouble.
So 2 outs. Bases are still loaded. 2 and 2 the count to Henderson.
Let's go, Miles.
And the pitch.
Whoa.
Pops out of the glove, and is it ball 4 or what? I guess it's a strike out,
Yeah.
and then they're going to tag home plate. So it's called strike 3. They get the out at home on the tag out at home. And that ends the inning. No runs. There was a hit. There were no errors and 3 left. And at the end of half an inning, it's the Lone Wolves nothing and the Crabs coming up. This is exciting. Crabs baseball 107.3 FM. Yep, yep, yep. All right, welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the first inning, no score.
Miles Oliver got himself into trouble there, getting the bases loaded with a couple of walks and a great bunt, but able to get out of it. 0-0 here, just what we like to see.
With a little help from his friend.
Yeah, exactly right.
Thanks to Bayway Golf and Country Club and also the Big Blue Cafe. Visit the Crabs' favorite Big Blue Cafe on the Plaza in Arcata, serving in breakfast and lunch all day. Welcome home to the Big Blue.
Here comes Keenan Morris. The Crabs have 9 steals according to Point Streak, and 5 of those are Keenan Morris.
Yeah, Morris is having a great season.
Third baseman, number 9, Keenan Morris.
One of the only folks that was on the team last year, if I'm not mistaken. One of the only hitters,
That's right.
anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He comes in batting .369. And I don't know what his other stats are because the stat sheet is cut off at the top, so there's no way to know what any of these mean. Swung on and missed, 0-1. But he's doing well, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And he's excellent lead off, and his defense at third has been
His defense has
spectacular.
been really good. He's had some really big plays over there.
The 0-1. Swung on and miss, 0-2. So the lineup for the Crabs, by the way, is Morris is leading off. Elijah McNeil at shortstop bats second. Liam Forsythe is catching, batting third. Tyler Howard, who's making his debut, his home debut with the Crabs, is in center field, batting cleanup. Tate Medikoff is the DH. He bats fifth. Sutter Moss in right field bats sixth. Here's the next pitch. Swung on and missed, and he's down on 3 struck pitches. Caden Lee bats seventh. He's at first base. Parker Rogers at second base bats eighth, and Nolan Hamilton in left field bats ninth. One away.
Swinging big at an 84-mile-an-hour ball up above the zone there. Really looking to drive something here in the first.
So here's Elijah McNeil. Defensively for the Lone Wolves, it's Nathan Brown on the mound. Zane Denton is catching. Brown rocks and comes home. This is outside.
Might call that a strike.
Really. Tyler Porter at first, Nick Anderson at second, Aiden Robles at third base, Jaden Neugbauer at shortstop, Shakespeare Taylor in left, Kinser Day in center, and Michael Ryan is in right. There's a pitch that's a strike, belt high on the outside corner. 1-1 now, the count to Elijah McNeil.
He's got 10 at-bats. It says here 2 hits, 1 run. Another player who's been doing great on defense for the Crabs. He's had some spectacular plays in shortstop.
Crabs defense has been really solid.
Yeah.
2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. There's a strike right down the middle on the outside corner. Perfect pitch. 2-2.
85 miles an hour from Nathan Brown.
Perfectly placed.
Yeah.
The 2-2 lined at the shortstop, 2 away.
That was 74 just on the outside of the strike zone there, and McNeil took a pretty good swing at it, just couldn't quite get it over the head of the shortstop.
So here's Liam Forsythe, the catcher.
Next up, the catcher, Liam Forsythe, number 5.
2 for 9 on the season, 1 RBI. He's walked once, struck out 3 times.
Yeah, like in Healdsburg, like he was catching and they were like.
Here's the pitch.
And we kind of had a tough night.
Breaking pitch is a strike on the outside corner. You had to think about that one.
It was a pretty good pitch, just on the upper corner on
Yeah,
the
it's
outside.
definitely a strike.
73. Yeah, absolutely. Pretty tough one to lay off with that outside strike zone that he's calling. I'd have to swing at those.
The 0-1. Swung on and missed 0-2.
Don't want to miss the opportunity early in the game to wish my mom a happy birthday tomorrow. My mom is old enough to know better, I'm going to say, and just really, really pumped that she's listening and that she's my mom.
That's great. Happy birthday. The 0-2.
Ooh.
Hits him on the helmet. He's all right. He's not happy about it.
No. No, you could hear it from up here. He did not have a whole lot of time to get out of the way. It was 86 miles an hour. And that's going to walk the first crab to the plate, and the cheerful Arcata crowd is letting him hear it. 2 outs, 1 on for Humboldt.
That was right off the helmet.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're warning the pitcher. I'm pretty sure it wasn't intentional.
No.
Folks, get a shout out sent up to the booth informing us it's addressed to Mikey Jordan from LeBron.
We're told that Eric Giacone, the pitching coach, is running the Crabs operations today as Robin Guyver is taking care of some family business, maybe listening at home. Long time
And now, center
skipper of
fielder,
the
number
Crabs.
17, Tyler Howard.
So here's Tyler Howard.
Home debut, just red hot on the road, making some big time plays for Humboldt. Let's see if he can bring it to the home ballpark.
He takes a fastball for a strike on the outside corner. The 0-1 is another strike. Again on the outside corner. Perfect pitch.
That's a pretty good pitch.
Belt high right on the corner.
Yeah, Howard's got 7
0-2.
hits in 17 at-bats, 4 RBIs.
Brown throws over to first. The runner's back. Oh, 2. Hit high in the air to center field. Day is under it. And he's got it for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, no hits. There were no errors and a runner left. And at the end of 1, we are scoreless. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM.
Coming back from Chico Lone Wolves, third baseman. number
We're back.
23, Aiden Robles.
Aiden Robles to lead it off for the Lone Wolves here in the top of the 2nd inning. No score. Miles Oliver back out on the mound for the Crabs. And here's the pitch. Fastball was low and outside.
A lot of Pacific Empire League action going on today. Healdsburg is playing Medford. They're up 4-0 in the 2nd. West Coast Kings are currently trailing Lincoln Potter 6-0 in the 3rd.
The 1-0 is in the dirt.
Lincoln in town this weekend. Lincoln and Healdsburg being the top 2 teams in the Pacific Empire League last year, and probably this year, although the Crabs really gave Lincoln a run for their money, and they beat Healdsburg 1 out of the 3 games on the road, so it'll be fun to see them heads up.
2-0. Strike on the outside corner. 2-1 now the count. Lights coming on at the ballpark.
Breeze seems to have died down. Just a beautiful light fog settling in. It's gorgeous Humboldt weather. Can't beat it. 50 degrees, perfect for baseball.
The 2-1 misses high. 3-1.
You don't want it to be too hot. You know,
No, you don't. No, and you know, sun's really bad for you, especially. You know,
Yeah.
So you know, 26 straight days of overcast is just what we need. 3-1 pitch. Fouled out of play.
Heads up. That foul in the sky brought to you by Baywood Golf and Country Club.
And you know, we save money on fireworks because there's no point on the 4th of July.
You can listen to them.
We stopped doing that.
They
We used to
sound
have fireworks
great.
every year, but that became obviously a waste of money. 3-2 the count.
That's awesome.
Here's the pitch. Way outside, and he walks Robles. That is his 3rd walk.
Second inning in a row, starting off with a leadoff walk. Not great. Again, the Crabs have found themselves in trouble early frequently, and they've had to battle back, and they've frequently been able to do that. But you got to wonder if the luck's going to run out at some point.
Here's Kinzer Day, center fielder. And he shows bunt, and a good one.
Good one.
Bare hand by the pitcher, throw to first, nicely done by Oliver. The sacrifice is successful.
Yeah, really good play that time by Oliver. The bunt was just a dribbler down the third base line, but he was able to get over there, grip it, and make
He was
a
quick
snap
down. He
throw
was
to
quick over
first.
there.
Yeah. He really had, you know, just that one opportunity to grab and throw. They don't give you a big margin for error when the bunt's that good. But he was able to make that play. Big out.
So here's Shakespeare Taylor.
Has Benjamin Googling Shakespeare quotes before the game starts.
Here's the pitch, and he takes high. 1-0. Runner in scoring position, 1 out. This is low and outside, 2-0.
I said I heard him in the dugout wondering if it's better to face the slings of misfortune, something like that. I'm not going to be good at this.
2-0 pitch. He is in there for a strike, 2-1.
74 just below the zone. Pretty close to the margin there. Day's definitely given the ump a bit of a look, trying to figure out where that zone is.
The 2-1. This is down low, 3-1. So Oliver just not finding his control early here. 3-1 to count. And there's a strike right down the middle.
Day was taking a walk,
Day
but that was right in the zone.
Headed
there.
over to first, but he's going to have to return.
Either not seeing the strike zone or trying to pull one over on the ump.
And that is
That's
ball
gonna
4. 4 walks, 2 innings, and not even 2 innings.
Gonna have a little conversation out there at the mound
Yeah.
now to try to sort this out.
Folks, in case you didn't
Looks like
know,
pitching coach Gianconi.
I think it is Gianconi coming out.
Catcher Forsyth coming out
Red
there.
Merch Barn, they've got a sale going on shirts for 15%.
The pitches are not close is the thing, Aaron. I mean, it'd be one thing if they were close enough to entice the batter to swing at some of them, but really these are easy walks.
The umpire's given a pretty charitable zone down there
Yeah,
at
and
home
even with
plate,
that,
which
yes.
is definitely helping. And
Yeah.
that's really, I think, stating the case that if you're just listening on the radio, not joining us there on YouTube, that it really is a bit of a control problem right now. And if the defense can hold up and you can keep the ball on the ground, that's not necessarily the end of the world, but you're taking a lot of risks. just putting people on base like that. Right now they got a runner in scoring position with an opportunity to do some damage here in the second. Back to the top of the order now.
All right, so first and second, 1 out. Crabs in at third. And the pitch misses high to Anderson, who walked his first appearance. Look out at second. Now Oliver comes home. High again.
Crowd was asking for a strike there, but that was outside the zone
clearly high
by quite a bit.
2-0. The 2-0, that's a strike. 2-1. Robles at second, Taylor at first, 1 out. 2-1 the count. 3-1.
65.
Which makes it a little puzzling why Day bunted, because when a pitcher doesn't have their control, I mean, why give him an out?
Yeah.
When he's giving up so many walks, you know, it just seems
like an odd
wasteful to give
sacrifice.
up an out.
Yeah, just really pushing for a run opportunity here early on in the game, I guess. But
3-1. Here's the pitch. Slow, and he launches the bat way past the dugout.
Nearly sent that into the community area over there by the visiting bullpen. Last time I was here, Benjamin, we saw one head over to the judo hut on the other side.
The other side. Yeah.
There could be large, massive objects on either side pulling baseball bats.
Well, the gravitational field at home plate may be operating like a slingshot.
It's ejecting things that come in at the wrong angle.
3-2 the count.
It's good we have this cosmological knowledge up here in the media booth to explain things to us.
Here's the pitch. Off the hands, out towards short. Throw to first is in time. Everybody moves up, so that's as good as a sacrifice. Nice play by McNeil.
Yeah, not the easiest pick. He just
no, it was not hit hard
there.
at all.
He had to run hard to his right and make the scoop and then rip it back across his body over to first base. Got there by a step or so.
So second and third, 2 outs. And here's Neusbauer. He singled his first at bat. Actually, it was a bunt single. Oh, and he takes a pitch high and inside and backs him away. And did not swing. He tried to defend himself. So 2 outs, second and third. 1-0 the count. Way outside. Two and 0. There's a strike at the knees on the inside corner. Good pitch.
A lot of pitches below 80 miles an hour. If you can keep those right around the edge of the zone, that's where you want them.
2-1 is grounded out to short. Should end the inning. McNeil throws on the run, and a nice grab by Lee at first to record the out, and that ends the inning. No runs, no hits. There were no errors and 2 left. At the end of inning and a half, the Lone Wolves nothing, the Crabs nothing. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the second inning, it'll be Medikoff, Moss, and Lee for the Crabs.
Oliver Miles getting himself into some trouble, but able to work out of it both innings now, 0-0.
Nathan Brown out on the mound for the Wolves.
Again, just more coyote coming out of you. I feel like it's got to be
I
a little...
can't really do a wolf. You know, same animal. What's the difference? Pitch
Not
misses
what
outside.
people tuned in for
1-0.
anyway. That's the good news. I don't think anybody's here for your wolf impression.
1-0 pitch.
Just your cosmic
high.
baseball takes.
2-0.
Hoping for clouds up at Neyland on Saturday so I can be back here to watch the Potters game with Benjamin. Otherwise, he'll be out there with his telescope.
2-0 is low, and he did not go around, says the first base umpire. 3-0. Three-0 pitch. Way outside, and Medikoff walks to lead off the bottom of the second.
When it's your team, a leadoff walk is great news. Love to see it.
Next up, right fielder number 6, Sutter Moss.
Here's Sutter Moss. And the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. Moss has a lot of power, and he's shown it this season, but he's only batting 200 coming into this game. He does strike out a lot.
Yeah, it's the strikeouts.
It's kind of a
pulling that down.
boom or bust for him so far this season. He's had some big hits. The 0-1 misses inside.
That one was off the radar inside. Looked like it was going to take part of his jersey with it.
1-1 the count.
How I said, Bennett Moxon? Bennett Moxon, right?
Maybe for some reason he's hearing you say Maxon.
Misses outside. 2-1. Two-one pitch. Fouled up against the screen. Two balls, two strikes to count. The pitch. Tapper out towards first base. Brown off the mound, tosses to first for the out there on the play. Medikoff goes to second. So Moss out 1-3. One away. Runner at second. Here's Caden Lee.
55 off the bat, just a chopper again between the mound and first
Yeah,
base.
he barely even made contact there.
Didn't look like he was going to make it, but he was able to beat that toss.
Lee's hitting 276 in 9 games.
Pitcher making a great throw.
And the pitch. Ground is short. Throw to first. Is there in time. 2 away. Medikoff holds at second. Thought about going to third.
Definitely looked like he was trying to make that move, and the shortstop did a good job keeping him in place before he made that throw.
Here's Parker Rogers.
Next up, second baseman number 4, Parker Rogers.
Rogers hitting 304 in 9 games. He takes a fastball right down the middle for a strike.
Crabs without their big hitter Adam Enyart tonight. He not only leads the Crabs, but he leads the Pacific Empire League in home runs. He's got 5. He's also got 4 wins as a pitcher. Leads the team in RBIs, leads the team in hits.
The 0-1 is fouled out of play.
Big part of their offense. Taking a,
Ball brought to you by Wild Planet.
not a lot of innings pitched, but consequential.
No balls, 2 strikes to count. To Parker Rogers, Nolan Hamilton on deck. Medikoff out at second. There's 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the second. There's no score. And there's a breaking pitch called. Strike 3 on the outside corner, and that ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, a runner left. And at the end of 2, we're tied at 0. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM.
Coming back to the Chico Lone Wolves.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Ryan, Denton, and Porter to bat for the Lone Wolves, the singular canines.
The singular canines. They managed to load the bases in the first inning and get runners into scoring position in the second.
Next pitch misses inside. The
Not been able to get anybody across the plate so far.
canines of solitude. Want to know the count?
They're pack animals. That's the other problem I have.
Well, that's more of a problem with just the concept. Lone wolf, they didn't invent that. Next pitch misses inside.
Right. I always point out that
2-0.
the lone wolf is pretty pathetic. A teenage deer can kill a lone wolf.
Yeah.
The thing is sad and cold.
2-0 the count.
The crab, meanwhile,
Slow roller out towards third. Morris has it. Throw to first, 1 away.
the crab can be lonely. No problem. The crab can hang out in a cast, we've learned. That's something they can do.
Here's Denton. He walked his first appearance.
It's like about 117 people watching on YouTube. Good to have a YouTube crowd.
First pitch to Denton is a strike at the knees.
Get folks from all over the place on there. Very fun to hear where people are watching from.
Crabs are all over not only the United States, but all over the world. And next pitch misses outside, 1-1, and of course our broadcasts go out to the universe. And
Oh, yeah.
we've been broadcasting for about 25 years, so we're well past the closest stars. 1-1 the count.
Early Crabs
Check
baseball.
swing is high.
Coming to Alpha Centauri.
That's right. 2-1. They're seeing Alpha Centauri is getting the 2020 season right now, 2020-21 season right now.
Uh-huh. You're probably complaining about the weather in that season, too.
Probably. Yeah. Or we didn't have a season because of COVID.
Right.
2-1 pitch. Fouled out of play.
Don't remind me.
2-2. Oh, nice to see Oliver get the first out this inning.
Yeah.
The first batter. Looks like he may have settled down a little bit.
Beats
2-2
the
the
leadoff
count.
walk, that's for sure.
And a 2-2. Check swing on a pitch high, and he did not go round.
Forsyth is doing a really good job being persuasive when he points down the line looking for that strike.
Always be closing.
Yeah.
ABC.
ABC of being a catcher.
3-2
Always be
pitch.
catching, closing.
Fouled up against the screen. The count remains full. Three-two. In the air, right center field. Moss is calling for it, and he's got it for the second out.
High, lazy ball into the gray sky. I suppose because of the color contrast, it might be a hard play, but otherwise, pretty easy catch out there.
Up next,
2 down.
Number 26, Tyler Porter.
So here's Tyler Porter. He struck out looking his first at bat.
Would love to see the Lone Wolves go in order here. That'd be great.
And the next pitch is hit in the air to right field, fairly deep, but playable. Moss near the warning track, and he's got it for the third out of the inning. 1, 2, 3, go the Lone Wolves in the top of the third. Still tied at 0. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM.
A scoreless
Welcome back. Thanks to Crestmark Millwork, local manufacturer of custom cabinetry and millwork for commercial projects throughout California and Oregon, creating signature elements of extraordinary spaces. Since 1997, Crestmark is committed to promoting a healthy and productive society by investing in the relationships with their employees, local communities, suppliers, and customers.
left fielder number 2,
Nolan Hamilton leads off for the Crabs in the bottom of the third. Hamilton batting .296 in 9 games. And there's a strike on the inside corner from Nathan Brown, 0-1. Crabs 15-3 coming into this game. Undefeated at home. The 0-1 is a strike on the outside corner.
If they could stay that way through this weekend, that would be exceptional. A sweep of the Lincoln Potters would be outstanding. I suspect it will be.
The 0-2 hit on the ground on a hole on the left side, backhanded by the shortstop. Long throw to first is not going to be in time. The ball gets away, no further advance for Hamilton. An infield hit.
Definitely thought about moving there. The ball bounced over to the visitor dugout. It just happened to come straight back. Great shot deep in the gap. The shortstop was able to glove it. Made a pretty good play, but had to run way back. And
yeah, really no chance to get him.
Would have
but a nice
taken
stop.
a miracle.
So Crabs with their first hit of the evening. And we're back to the top of the order for Keenan Morris, who struck out on 3 pitches his first at bat.
2 hits here in the third. A lot of activity with walks.
Here's the pitch. Misses high.
82 and high. Becky says hi from Green Valley, Arizona. There we go.
The 1-0 slap foul out of play.
The birthday girl.
A ball and a strike to count. And a fake over to first, or some kind of just stepped off essentially.
Crabs have done a lot of stealing this year, and they've had a lot of runs come off of steals this year. Makes sense. He wants to keep them close to first base.
The 1-1 misses low.
King still trailing the Potters 6-0. Healdsburg up 6-0 against Medford.
2 balls, 1 strike to count. In the hole on the right side and through for a base hit. Holding at second is Hamilton, and the Crabs have something going here in the bottom of the third. Back-to-back singles.
Probably could have tested the arm for the right fielder there. Michael Ryan was able to get to the ball. Probably could have made the play to third. He was thinking about it, but he stayed close.
Now you don't want to. Nobody out.
It's
There's
just
no
not
reason to go to
worth it.
third.
It's not worth it. No, but you could tell that he wanted that opportunity for the sack.
Here's Elijah McNeil. He lined to short his first at bat.
Big chance here.
Brown sets at the belt. Looks at second. Comes home. Little roller out to second base. They throw to second for the force there, and that's all they're going to get as they try to go to third. But Hamilton's back. So McNeil aboard on the fielder's choice. Morris forced out 4-6 for the first out of the inning. And on the play, Hamilton goes to third. So here's Liam Forsythe with runners on the corners. Forsythe was hit on the head with a pitch in his first at bat, first appearance, I mean.
Chance to play to run for the Crabs here.
Brown sets. Popped high in the air, shallow center field.
Tough
Not
spot.
deep enough to score the run. It's the right fielder. He's
gonna
coming
try.
home, though. Here comes the throw.
Not even close.
Halfway down the line, he's going back, and he'll make it back to third safely.
Yeah, you really got to admire the spirit, but it was not the best choice. He got about a quarter of the way down the line and then turned tail and was just barely able to make it back.
Well, it's a good idea to try to challenge the fielder to make the throw, but he did make the throw, and so, as we said, Hamilton had to scramble back to third. So it'll be up to Tyler Howard now with 2 away and runners in the corners. Howard flied to center in his first at bat.
Had some big hits for the Crabs on the road. This is a good time to come up.
Here's the pitch. Tap foul past the third base coaching box.
Lost the opportunity for a sacrifice run. Going to take a pure hit here to do the job. Pretty decent crowd here tonight, in spite of the gray weather.
Yeah, I think people miss the Crabs when
I
they're
think
gone.
so.
And no band tonight either.
No,
so
I
it's
have
a
yet
little
to call a
surprising.
game with the Crabs grass band.
There's
More's
as
the
many
pity.
people here as there are with no band. 0-1 to count. Hamilton at third, McNeil at first.
Let's go, Tyler.
Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch is a strike
That was a tough take.
right at the knees.
That was a tough take.
Close pitch.
Yeah, he's shaking his head. The trackmaster says it was outside, but that's pretty much within the zone of what he's been calling tonight.
Well,
a
it says
big
it's a little
zone
bit
down
low, but it's close enough to be a strike.
there. Right. Got to get aggressive at the plate.
The 0-2. Fouled out of play.
Had a good pitch to hit there. Just got under it. Sent it backwards.
No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Rides high with a fastball.
Saturday, June 28th is Harry Potter Day. June 29th, Mascot Day here at the Arcata Ballpark. Lincoln Potter's in town for both of those theme nights. Really fun opportunity to come out to a ball game.
Runners going. The 1-2 is inside. No throw to second. So McNeil steals it. And that puts 2 runners in scoring position now with the count 2-2 to Howard.
Great way to make your debut here at the Arcata Ballpark would be to play a run or 2 here.
Two-two pitch. Fouled out of play. When I was in Mexico, we took a long bus ride from Puebla to Oaxaca, and they were playing the Harry Potter movie in Spanish on the bus. And I was shocked to learn that you don't really need to know the dialogue in Harry Potter to know what's going on. It was all pretty obvious, and even though I don't speak a word of Spanish.
Yeah, you could sort it out based on the waving
pretty
wands
obvious. A
and,
bunch of kids flying around on brooms, and then it looks like some heartbreak thrown in. 2-2 the count.
Oh, magic.
Misses high, and the count goes full.
Diego Luna was on the Jimmy Kimmel show, and he told me that in Mexico they think R2-D2's name is Arturito.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Little Arthur. Arturito.
That's funny.
It is my favorite name in the world now. C-3PO and Arturito.
3-2. Here's the pitch. Hit down the right field
That
line
might do
and
it.
deep,
That might
going back, and
That's it.
adios,
That's it.
muchacho! 3-run opposite field home run for Tyler Howard.
Hello, Arcata Ballpark for Tyler Howard, making his home field debut with a 3-run shot. Count it, out to right field. Go, Crabs, go!
$50. Little League District 26 from Harper Motors as they donate for every Crabs home run.
Opposite field, too.
2025 season.
Right down the right field line.
Harper Motors at $650.
Just got a really good swing on that. Pretty good at-bat. Not giving up. Fouling a couple of them off and finally getting under it. 93 exit speed. Dead center cut pitch. 71 right down the middle. And he punished him.
And there's one hit high and out on the right field line by Medikoff. It's going to go into foul territory and be caught over in the bullpen by the right fielder. But not before the Crabs get 3 runs on 3 hits, including the big home run by Tyler Howard. There were no errors and nobody left. And at the end of 3, the Crabs are up by 3. This is exciting. Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM.
It is last call for
We are back. Luke Henderson lead it off for the Lone Wolves here in the top of the 4th inning. The Crabs up 3-0. He swings and misses at the first pitch. The 0-1 is slapped hard. Boy, that scattered some of those Wolves over there
They're just getting
in the
peppered.
dugout. Man,
How about Howard Tyler in his Arcata Ballpark debut sending a 3-run shot over the right field wall? It looked like a line drive to me, but it had just enough to get over the fence. Pretty exciting way to introduce yourself to the Arcata Crabs fans.
here's the 0-2 right down the middle. Called strike 3, and he knew it. That's the second time he's been called out on strikes this evening. And here's Robles, walked his first appearance.
next up, number 23, Aiden Robles.
And the pitch. Robles swings hard and misses.
2 tough innings.
75-mile-an-hour pitch.
2 tough innings for Oliver Miles, but last inning he faced the minimum and starts with a strikeout looking here. Strike right there. Could be tightening it up.
And he misses outside.
Gotta help to get a boost from your offense.
A ball and strike now the count. Here's the pitch. Fouled out of play.
Foul ball brought to you by Wild and Play.
One and two. Swung on and missed. Blew a fastball by him. 84 miles an hour on the outside corner.
Make that 2 strikeouts here at the top of the 4th inning for Oliver Miles. Just mowing him down. This is exactly.
Well, he's retired 7 in a row now.
Yeah, this is exactly when you want to start doing it. When your offense heats up, that's when you got to cool down as a pitcher. Get it done.
Here's Kinzer Day. Sacrifice bunt in his first appearance. And there's the change high. Looks like pretty much 2 pitches from Oliver, the change and the fastball. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed.
Looks like Robin is listening from Saskatoon, Canada. Love that.
Jackets 1-1.
1-1 the count.
Jackets 1-1.
1-1. Grounded back to the mound, over the mound, out towards short. Nicely done by McNeil. It's a 1-6-3 put out to end the inning as the Wolves go in order in the 4th. Crabs leading it 3-0. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the ballpark. Crabs leading at 3-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Sutter Moss, Caden Lee, and Parker Rogers to bat against Nathan Brown.
Coming back for your Humboldt Crabs, number 6, Sutter Moss.
Moss grounded back to the pitcher in his first at bat. A pitch down low.
3-1 shot from Tyler Howard in the bottom of the 3rd, followed by 2 strikeouts and a pop out in the top of the 4th. This is what you like to see.
The 1-0. Breaking pitch is a strike on the outside corner. A ball and a strike now to Moss. Next pitch, lined in the left center field for a base hit.
Just past the glove of the shortstop. He made a kind of ranging reach for it, but I don't think he had a play. Sutter Moss just had great connection. Again, right down the middle of the plate there. 73 miles an hour, 87 off the bat for a hit.
So Moss aboard. Here's Caden Lee, grounded to short in his first at bat. Oh, lined in left field, but right at Shakespeare Taylor, who makes the catch for out number 1.
Loud contact, 94 off the bat, but just right to the left field.
Shout out to Lainey from her friends. Happy birthday to our sweet, beloved Lainey Mayo. We love you.
Here's Parker Rogers, caught looking his first at bat.
Next up for your Humboldt Crabs, number 4, Parker Rogers.
Slider misses away. One zero. Fastball was in there at the knees for a called strike.
It's a pretty good pitch.
Right on the corner at the knees. Perfect.
Really great location there. Working that outside zone that the ump's been giving up, but keeping it close.
1-1. Yeah, slider catches the outside corner. Another great pitch.
Another really close one.
1-2. From the set, here comes the 1-2, and it's fouled high in the air and out of play.
Heads up in the stands.
Chasing up top, outside.
That foul
In a
ball
two-strike
brought to you by the
strike
Fire
count,
Pits
just trying to
on
stay
FC
alive.
in Arcata.
Debbie Whitley says, "Go Crabs." Correct.
1-2 the count.
I feel like Debbie's on all the YouTube games.
One, two, breaking pitch misses inside. Throw to first, he dives back safely. Two-two. Rides high inside with a fastball. And that makes the count full to Rogers. Nolan Hamilton on deck. One out, runner at first. Moss goes to 3-2, is swung on a miss. The throw down the second is in time. Strikeout, caught stealing, ends the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, nobody left for the Crabs, but at end of 4, they lead at 3-0. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. We are back.
Coming up the bat for the Chico Lone Wolves.
Crabs with an opportunity there last inning, but just not able to capitalize. Still leading 3-0.
Here's Shakespeare Taylor to lead it off. He walked his first appearance. And there's a fastball taken for a strike on the outside corner. The 0-1. Swung on and missed. Took something off. 0-2 now. So Oliver rolling along now. He's retired 8 in a row. And that one's hit in the air to shallow left center field. Hamilton and Howard converging, and it'll be Howard to make the catch.
Oliver struggling with control in the first, but seems to have sorted it out by now. Faced the minimum 2 innings in a row. 1 out here already.
Back to top of the order, here's Anderson. He has walked and grounded to short. And check swing, and he fouls it over towards the Crabs dugout.
Benjamin, I think you know this. Adam Enyart could potentially chase the season home run record.
Yeah.
So the trivia question for the folks at home, Liam had to help me with this. Who currently holds the home run record for the Crabs? If you know it, don't ruin it yet.
The 0-1 is a fastball on the outside corner, 0-2.
We'll get the answer maybe next inning. Who has the home run record for the Crabs right now? Anybody know out there? You can let us know on YouTube. Watch all the Crabs ball on YouTube, as well as listening to 107.3.
The 0-2 is high, 1 and 2.
Really grateful Liam brought the games on the road. It was really fun to listen to those games. They were some clutch baseball games. They went pretty late. They were really, really fun to listen to.
1-2. Line at shortstop. 2 away.
Another opportunity to face the minimum here, which is exactly what we want. Just rattle through these middle innings with a 3-run lead. We'd like to avoid drama if we could help it. Cardiac Crabs have been testing everyone's blood pressure all year.
So here's Neugbauer. He's 1 for 2. And he takes a pitch low, I guess.
It was low, but he's called those strikes
Just missed low.
before.
1-0. And he hits that one foul past third. The 1-1 hits him on the wrist.
miles an hour up and in, kind of tucked back to get out of the way of the ball.
Just hit him off the hands there.
Hurt too bad.
So that brings Ryan to the bat. He is 0 for 2.
Up next to Lone Wolves, number 13, Michael Ryan.
Trust the guy with 2 first names.
No way, it's like Jesse James. This is outside, 1-0.
My dad's name was Michael O'Brien, so.
The 1-0 fouled up against the screen. Throw to first. Runner at first, 2 outs. Top of the 5th, Crabs leading 3-0. The 1-1. This is inside, throw behind a runner at first, and not in time.
Prune Packers and Potters both just rolling. 8-0 Healdsburg over Medford. 7-0 Prune Packers over West Coast Kings. Crabs split with those teams on the road this last week. 2 of the best in the Pacific Empire League.
2-1 is popped in the air down the right field line, foul territory. Lee behind the bag has it for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, a runner left at the end of 4.5. It's Crabs 3, Lone Wolves nothing. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. All right, welcome back. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Lone Wolves. This is number 49, Kyle Scott. Kyle Scott. On in relief of Nathan Brown. Two pitchers in a row with two first names.
There you go. Brown was able to pitch through 4 innings. Gave up 3 on a 3-run shot.
He pitched well otherwise. It was just that one mistake is what hurt him.
I would say that he's had more control than the Crabs pitcher. Just had that one big error that
Number 49, Kyle Scott.
Howard Tyler really made him pay for.
And coming to bat.
So Kyle Scott, the right-hander,
Nolan Hamilton.
out on the mound to face Nolan Hamilton. It'll be Hamilton, Morris, and McNeil. And the pitch from Scott. Fastball is a strike, 79 miles an hour on the outside corner at the knees. The 0-1. Breaking pitch. Another good pitch and a strike outside corner. 0-2. The 0-2 swung on waves at the slider away, and that is 3 pitches and a strikeout for Scott against Hamilton.
Tough spot with the calling those outside strikes. You really do got to start chasing, and you look bad when you miss. But
and you have to chase those because he is calling pitches about a foot off the plate strikes for against both teams, though, so it's consistent.
Yeah.
But still, it's a very wide strike zone.
Tough strikeout. Breeze coming through here. Very nice.
Here's the pitch. Ooh, all the way to the backstop with that one. Morris this evening is 1 for 2. Crabs only have 3 hits, and the Wolves only have 1 hit. So not a lot of offense in this game except for the home run by Howard. Here's the 1-0. That's high in the air to right field and deep going back. Now at the track, he has room, and Ryan makes the catch.
92
Two-way.
off the bat. Just a big swing from Keenan Morris. Just a little too high.
And here's Elijah McNeil lined out and hit into a fielder's choice.
Next up for the Crabs, number 1, Elijah McNeil.
Curve misses high. I think it's a curve, looks like from up here, that he's throwing, although looks like he has 3 pitches, a curve, a slider, and the fastball. There's the fastball. It's fouled up against the screen. And then he's got that big frisbee pitch. It's like a slider. But that first pitch broke down.
Yeah, like high 60s. The sliders, the fastball's coming in at 78 or
The
something.
1-1. There it is again, and it misses high. 2-1. That looked again like the curve. But the 3 pitches to Hamilton had a horizontal break. That's hit high in the air to left field. Coming in near the infield now is Taylor, and he drops the ball.
E7, right? E7.
Well, Shakespeare Taylor misses an opportunity to make an out there. Still a 2-out inning.
It's a comedy of errors out in left field.
Looking for a comedy statement, a tragedy joke, just a lot of drama there.
Yeah, it's Shakespeare reference.
Benjamin was ready.
Not a very good one, but no, whatever. Here's Liam Forsythe, 0 for 1.
Waited all game for that opportunity.
They're here tomorrow night, too.
Yeah.
We're grounded. Foul, wide at third.
Gives you a chance to read some more Shakespeare tonight.
Oh, and 1 the count. And the pitch, breaking pitch low. 1-1. McNeil, short lead over at first.
Michelle chimes in on YouTube with just a cast of crabs. Let's go Crabs. We learned the aggregate of Crabs is a cast.
1-1 the count.
I like it.
Throw to first, and McNeil dives back safely.
The aggregate of Buffalo is apparently an obstinacy of Buffalo.
1-1 is hit.
Now we
High in the air, shallow center field. Coming in is Day, and he makes the catch for out number 3. No runs, no hits. There was an error and a runner left, and at the end of 5, Crabs lead at 3-0. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM.
Welcome back to 9th and F Street, Crabs fans. Today's game is brought to you by Cypress Grove Cheese. Cypress Grove is the leading producer of delicious artisan goat cheese, including Humboldt Fog, one of the most famous cheeses in the country. Proudly based in Arcata, California, Cypress Grove cheeses are available at cheese shops and grocery stores nationwide and online at cypressgrovecheese.com. There's nothing like that Humboldt Fog feeling, no matter what Benjamin has to say about it.
I do love that Humboldt Fog.
Yeah, that's an amazing cheese. Also, Charleston Tree Services, we're here to help you with your growing concerns. Our locally owned and operated family business has served homeowners and commercial property owners throughout Humboldt County since 2007. Looks like number 34, Spencer Jacobs, has now gone onto the mound for the Humboldt Crabs as we get ready to start the 6th inning here.
All right, Jacobs on in relief of Miles Oliver.
Taking the mound for your Humboldt Crabs, number 34, Spencer
Oliver got into
Jacobs.
trouble the first and second inning, was able to keep
great
it
after that.
goose eggs for the Lone Wolves, which is great. Love to see that.
Jacobs will face Denton, Porter, and Henderson. With the Crabs leading 3-0. Here's the pitch. And there's a fastball for a strike at the knees to Denton. He's 0 for 1. Next pitch misses inside.
87 inside. The fastest pitching we've seen so far this game.
Ball and a strike to count. In the air to left field. Playable. Hamilton has it. 1 away.
Just a lazy fly ball out to left field. 86 miles an hour up and in.
Number 26, Tyler Porter.
Had a chance on it, just kind of floated it.
Here's Tyler Porter. Fastball misses inside. The 1-0. Oh, he tried to hold up on the fastball and couldn't do it. 1-1.
Yeah, again, you got to swing at those with the strike zone that they're calling. It's the same spot that we were talking about last time, just a little low and outside.
1-1 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. 1-2.
Tough strike. but a strike.
Spencer Jacobs coming in around 85, 86 miles an hour with the fastballs. 1-2 in the dirt.
Our middle inning trivia question is, who is the home run leader for the Crabs? The individual home run leader for the Crabs. If you know, you should put it on the old YouTube there. We'll let you know soon.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count.
Adam Enyart has 5 home runs. The number he's got to reach is 10. Season's not even half over.
2-2. Off the hands, fouled out of in the foul territory over by first base, and Lee has it.
Folks, if you miss a last chance to get 50-50 tickets, one more chance for you. Last call.
Crabs with a chance to shut down another inning here. That would be the 4th inning in a row that they saw 3 batters and called it a frame.
Here's Henderson. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts looking. Here's the pitch. And he lines that one into shallow center field for a base hit.
Yeah, just a little rainbow there over the second baseman. No opportunity at all to make a play on that. 69 off the bat, just a little blooper.
Next up, number 23, Aiden Robles.
Here's Aiden Robles. Fastball is in there for a strike. Great pitch. Right at the knees.
87 miles an hour.
0-1. That's hit in the air, left center field,
Right
and
at the
deep.
gap.
That's going to be trouble. That's going to go all the way to the fence.
Oh, what a run.
Spectacular catch.
What a run.
Oh, by Tyler Howard. I thought sure that ball was
Just prove 'em
extra
wrong,
bases. That had
Tyler.
extra bases written all over it. Tyler Howard just cruised over there and reached out and made the catch. Wow. What a
us how
play.
it's
What an
done.
afternoon. What a night for Tyler Howard. And that
Yeah.
ends the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, nobody left. And at the end of 5.5, the Crabs lead 3-0. This is spectacular. Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM.
Center field, number 17.
All right.
Tyler Howard.
We're
Here he
back.
is.
Tyler Howard, who just made a spectacular catch in center field.
And put 3 runs on the board in the 3rd
That's right. Leads it off.
during his Arcata Ballpark debut. Loving it.
He came out of nowhere to make that catch. I mean,
Yeah.
that ball was headed for
all
the
of us thought
394
that was-
sign,
yeah.
and suddenly there he was, and
Yep.
he just reached out. It looked like he just looked like Joe DiMaggio out there, just like a clipper out there in right center field.
Sure, yeah.
Fouled out of play, 0-1. I mean,
Really laid out for it, really reached. I didn't think he had a chance. That thing was really ripping off the bat.
what really surprised me is how easy he made it look.
Yeah,
0-1 the count. Wow.
Made an
Impressive
impact.
debut
Yeah.
by Tyler Howard.
absolutely. Both sides of home plate. Showing the Crabs fans what they like to see.
The 0-1. And this is high and outside, 1-1.
He was 7 for 17 on the road trip, 4 RBIs.
Misses high.
Staying hot.
2-1. Nope, Krusty Krab in the house.
There he is.
Everybody excited to see Krusty. And there's a strike on the outside corner. That evens the count.
It's the world's most famous Dungeness crab.
2-2. Breaking pitch, and he taps it out in front of the plate. Tough play for the catcher. Throw to first. Not in time. He throws it away. Howard's going to go to second. And he's going to stop there. It's a swinging bunt single and an error on the catcher.
Just Tyler Howard getting it done any way he can there. The pitcher and the catcher had a quick beat where they tried to figure out who was going to take that. And by the time they made the decision, Howard was a step away from first base. The wild throw gave him the opportunity to go to second, just exploiting an error, legging out a bunt single, standing at second base now with nobody out.
Now the manager out to the the coach out to the mound now, and he's gonna take the pitcher out. That's it. That's already it for he only faced 5 batters, and he's gone. That's all for Kyle Scott. So while they bring in a new pitcher, let's go back to the studio and thank some more of our sponsors. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the ballpark. New pitcher on the mound is number 55, Jack Hanna. He's third pitcher of the night for the Wolves, and he's has not brought with him any wild animals for us to see.
That we know of.
I mean,
he's still warming up. Give him an opportunity.
Jack Hanna, famous for his appearances on the Johnny Carson show.
He's relieving Kyle Scott, who, if I'm not mistaken, saw 5 batters. Before him, it was
That's
Nathan
it.
Brown.
5 batters.
Pitched pretty well, but gave up 3 runs in the third.
That was not him, though.
Oh, he wasn't pitching? Nathan Brown?
No. Well, sorry, Nathan Brown did. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Scott faced 5 batters.
That's right.
Chico, number 55, Jack Hanna.
So here's Hanna facing Tate Medikoff.
For your home of Crabs, number 26, Tate Medikoff.
Medikoff's 0 for 1. Howard out at second. Crabs leading 3-0.
The sun just peeking through from somewhere, throwing some sunshine on the hill.
Swung on and missed on 1. I love this.
If you're watching on YouTube, you can see a little band of sunshine
This is
just over the left field wall.
Often happens here at the ballpark where the sun peeks in through the clouds on the coast and illuminates
to the horizon to get below the clouds.
Yeah, but it's beautiful because it illuminates all the houses across the way there, and the sky turns just sort of this pearly color, which is really beautiful.
There's
0-2 the count.
Beautiful old redwood homes there on the hill that just glow when the sun hits them like that. It's good stuff. It doesn't last long. It's already starting to fade, but it's beautiful.
The 0-2 in the dirt. Nice block by Denton.
Breeze has stopped. The flag is hanging straight down out there in center
And
field.
not only the center field flag, but the flags over the City Hall, which are at a higher elevation, they've completely stopped as well. So the ballpark is still 1-2 now the count to Medikoff. Sutter Moss on deck. Hanna looks out at second. And the pitch. Fastball away.
87 miles an hour outside. Kind of a sidearm delivery there. Just rifling that.
Two and two. Next pitch is down low.
Charitable ball.
Yeah, that's a strike according to the radar.
Correct. Let's call them further out strikes, that's for sure.
3-2. Off the hands, popped
Maybe.
into the shallow center field. That's going to be trouble. That's going to drop. Howard's going to hold at third, and the Crabs have runners on the corners with nobody out.
Just a tough situation for Tyler Howard there. He really did have to wait to see that ball drop because it was a lazy rainbow out to center field. Infield had no chance. The question was whether the center fielder or the right fielder were going to be able to make a play. They could not. Krabby's on the corners.
So here's Sutter Moss. He's 1 for 2. Sutter being advised to bring them home.
Sutter, it would be ideal if you brought the runner from third home. That is your objective here.
Here's the pitch.
This is some
Strike at the
astute
knees.
baseball
1-1.
analysis here in the media booth. Nobody out, runner on first and third. If you're batting, try to bring the runner home. See if you can do that.
The 0-1. Line down the right field
Maybe.
line. Foul.
Oh, that was close. That looked like it was going to be real trouble there down the right field line.
Just out in front of it.
Yeah,
78-mile-an-hour pitch, so he took something off.
95 off the bat, put something back on.
Moss was fooled, though.
Yeah.
0-2. Howard at third, Medikoff at first. The 0-2 outside with a fastball. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Tapped foul. 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Fouled out of play.
That foul ball brought to you by Wild Planet.
Two balls, 2 strikes to count.
Giants losing the Marlins.
And the pitch. Waves at strike 3. A pitch low and away. Got him to chase it. Moss gone. 1 away.
Don't look now, but it sounds like the Giants are losing to the Marlins. They can beat the Dodgers,
But Marlins top of the 7th.
trailing to the Marlins 3-2, top of 7.
Here's Caden Lee. They won that series against Boston over the weekend, though.
They did.
Here's Lee. Lee's 0 for 2, and he takes a fastball high.
Giants keeping it close in the division. I mean, the Dodgers, everybody feels like they can run away with it, and they probably will, but
Not so far.
not so far.
The 1-0. Way outside. 2-0.
If you're a Giants fan, you got to feel good about Devers, right? Like that's
Yeah.
especially when Boston comes to town.
2 balls, no strikes to count. And the pitch is high. It's 3-0.
Some really good takes here, making the pitcher come to him with a runner in scoring position.
3-0 the count. And there's a pitch, a strike at the knees. Three and one. Swung on and missed. 3-2, excuse me, folks. 3-2. Three-two is fouled up against the screen.
Chopping away, staying alive.
Howard at third, Medikoff at first, 1 out. Crabs
Hands.
leading 3-0.
One
Here's
ahead.
the pitch. Inside, and he walks in. That's going to load the bases.
Hey now, do you see what I see? The bases are F-O-C, full of...
And it's up to Parker Rogers. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts looking, so big opportunity for him here.
Really want to see a couple more runs plated for Humboldt here.
Number 4.
They've gotten themselves into a little bit of trouble with the pitching in the past, giving up some walks here and there, and 3 runs is just not quite enough to feel good about going into the later innings.
Pitch is lined in left field. That should be deep enough to score the run.
Should do it.
The out is made. Here comes the throw. It's not going to be in time, and the Crabs lead it 4-0. Sacrifice fly for Parker Rogers.
Shakespeare Taylor made a pretty good throw on that. The pitcher thought about cutting it off and let it go to home plate. The catcher
Yeah, he might have had
was
him. I don't
in
know.
position. It was just a little outside. It was
Yeah.
away from where the tag needed to be, and that's the hard part. It's not enough to get it to home plate. You have to get it in front of the runner so they can make the tag.
Just didn't quite have enough on it.
Yeah, it's a tough throw. Great opportunity there.
So here's Nolan Hamilton with runners on first and second. So, okay, yep. And that's fouled up against, out of play, 0-1. Four nothing Crabs.
3 in the bottom of the third, 1 in the bottom of the sixth.
Hamilton's 1 for 2.
Tyler Howard involved in pretty much all of these points. Hitting that 3-run shot, runner coming in on the sac fly.
The 0-1.
Just now.
Fastball misses away. One. Grounded foul, wide of first.
Almost chilly here at the ballpark. In the middle of June.
The 1-2. Looped in the center field. That is
Down.
going to
That's
drop.
it. That's it. Here it comes.
Here comes the runner home. The throw to the plate gets away, and that's going to score another run. Everybody's going to move up. Throw back to third, not in time. The ball was in time
Yep.
to get Medikoff, but the catcher Denton couldn't hang on to make the tag.
You can see he's
He
really
had him.
frustrated with himself. He had the opportunity that time. He just missed the ball. The ball went off the tip of his glove, and he went to make the tag, and there was no ball there, so there was no out. 5-0. Go, Crabs, go. So that's a single.
And he goes to second on the throw. So 5-0 Crabs. Back to the top of the order. Here's Morris. And he takes a pitch in there for a strike knee high.
Crabs offense slow to start, but rolling now.
Lone Wolves looking a little bit more like lost puppies. Here's the 0-1.
Torched.
Grounder out to short. He's got it. Throw to first is in time, and that will end the inning. But the Crabs get 2 more runs on 3 hits. There were no errors, and 1 error, and 2 left. And at the end of 6, it's the Crabs 5, the Lone Wolves nothing. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM.
Crabs fans, team sponsor Compass Community Credit Union is happy to point you towards a better banking experience. Visit their conveniently located branches in Arcata and Eureka or online at compassccu.org. That's compassccu.org. This game is also brought to you by the North Coast Co-op, North Coast Mercantile, family owned and operated, serving Humboldt County since 1951. North Coast Mercantile brings you a fantastic assortment of domestic, import, and craft beers, as well as wine, spirits, non-alcoholic beverages, and snacks. Check out the North Coast Mercantile's tightest trailer in the right field beer garden in the Arcata ballpark. 8 taps featuring local microbrews, wine, and cider. Top of the 7th, Crabs up 5-0.
And the pitch today is a one hopper out to short. Picked up by McNeil. Well done. One away. Nicely done.
Game time tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. This weekend after playing.
Here's Taylor. 0 for 1.
The Lincoln Potters, Friday through Sunday. Saturday's going to be the sponsor night and Harry Potter Day. Coming up to bat for the Lone Wolves, number 1, Shakespeare Taylor.
Pitches a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. The 1 fastball misses inside. 2-1. Check swing is low. One and two. That one's hit high in the air to left field. Hamilton going back. Plenty of room. 2 away.
Got a shout out to Liam Darcy from Megan and Friends. Happy 23rd birthday. Leading the lineup for the Lone Wolves, number 2, Nick Anderson.
Back to the top of the order. Here's Nick Anderson. He's 0 for 2. Fastball right down the middle for a called strike. Jacob's doing a great job since he's come in relief.
Piped him right there. Yeah, 86 miles an hour right down the middle.
Yo 1. Fastball misses low and away.
Point streak says Jacobs has pitched in 2 games, 3 innings. There's 2 hits in that time with 6 strikeouts and 1 walk.
That's just league stats.
But that's just the league stats. I see. Yep. I tried non-conference in it.
The 1-1
Still confusing. Here we go.
misses outside.
Try 5 games in 10 innings pitched with 6 hits and 17 strikeouts. As we've got a law enforcement going up 101 here.
2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Grounder in the hole on the right side, and it kicks over the head of Parker Rogerson in the right field. Just hit that seam right on the back of the infield there, and that's going to go for a hit.
Yeah, that was a tough break for Parker Rogers. He was definitely in position.
No chance to get that. It
Yeah.
just skipped right over his head.
There's nothing you can do when it goes a direction you do not expect it to go.
So Anderson aboard with 2 away. Here's Bauer.
Next up, number 7, Jaden Newbauer.
He's 1 for 2. 5-0 Crabs. We're in the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Fastball is inside.
We're still waiting for someone to take a crack at that trivia question. Anybody out there know who the home run leader for the Crabs is? I'll give you a hint. They set the record in 2019. That's not too long ago.
The 1-0. Line in the left field. Going back is Hamilton, and he's got it for out number 3. No runs, a hit, no errors, a runner left at the end of 6.5. It's 5-0 Crabs. You're listening to Crabs Baseball 107.3 FM. We are back.
Got a shout out
Thanks
substitute
to-
for anyone who knows
Do we do all the ads?
Not
U.S. Bank,
required.
strengthening our local communities. Their commitment comes to life through their people, programs, and policies. Together, we can make a difference in the communities we serve.
Good work.
McNeil, Forsyth, and Howard to bat for the Crabs, leading 5-0 in the bottom of the 7th inning against Jack Hanna. And there's a high chopper down towards first base. First baseman has it. He tags the runner going by. Well, 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 7th. 3 unassisted.
One of those opportunities where you had to beat the ball down the line to have a chance at it. Just couldn't quite get
This
there.
is another swinging bunt. That's happened a few times tonight. So here's Liam Forsyth. He's 0 for 2.
Score that 3U. I get you.
Next up, it's
So
number
3
5,
unassisted.
Yeah, okay. Benjamin teaching me how to score here. I'm getting there. It's not as big of a mess as usual.
Here's the pitch. Way outside. Whoa. And all the way to the backstop.
82 miles an hour
And
and
that wasn't even make the.
headed towards G Street.
Yeah, really. That didn't even make the radar. Was.
Oh, Cage Collins on YouTube has the right answer for the trivia question. It is, in fact, Damian Henderson in 2019 hitting 10 home runs with the Crabs' home run individual record.
Well, that was a fastball on the outside corner.
Nice job, Cage.
1-1. Nope. Enyart
If you look
has
it
a
up,
great
it's
chance to break it.
half points. Yeah, Enyart's got 5 home runs already this year. Season's not quite half over, and he can mash.
The 1-1. Oh, I guess high.
Damian Henderson is a YouTuber now.
2-1.
Liam says Damian Henderson is a YouTuber now.
Momentum YouTube channel.
Momentum YouTube channel, I am told. Very exciting. Who was the Krabby that hit a home run at Giant Stadium? The former Krabby you were calling Brett
2-1. Hits him. Second time tonight, Forsyth's been hit by a pitch. He goes down to first. And here he is, Tyler Howard, 2 for 3 with a home run and a run-saving catch in center field.
Next up, number 17.
Cage says, let's go Cody Collins, number 33. Possibly some relation. Another
Pitcher
one
misses low and outside.
way outside. Catcher having to lunge to catch that with a runner on.
Big lead at first for Forsyth. The 1-0 is a strike on the inside corner. This umpire has to think about it sometimes. That one, seemed to be on the fence.
Got to recalibrate the telescope.
1-1. This is way outside. 2-1. This is away again. 3-1.
Runner staying close at first.
3-1 is a strike on the outside corner, and that brings the count full to Howard.
That was a good pitch, just right on the margin
Yeah,
there.
that was perfect. 3-2. Jack Hanna, third pitcher of the night for the Lone Wolves. Runners going. A 3-2 is hit off the hands down the right field line into foul territory. Right fielder is going over, and he makes the slide, but does not make the catch.
Michael Ryan made really good effort on that. Looked like
Sure
he was
did.
going to be able to catch that ball.
I thought he might have caught it, but it kept drifting away from him.
Had to go to his knees over there by the
And so Howard
section.
will get another chance. 3-2. Misses inside. So hit by pitch and a walk puts runners on first and second with 1 out.
Make way for the back boy.
Another opportunity for Humboldt to add to the lead here in the 7th inning.
Here's
Good time to do it.
Here's Medikoff. He's 1 for 2. And now here comes the coach, and is he going to make another change? And looks like maybe not. He does have someone warming up in the pen, but he has not signaled that he's bringing him into the game.
Getting a lot of encouragement from the cheerful Arcata crowd here. I cannot tell who that is out there warming up.
All right, he's going to leave him in to face Medikoff.
Medikoff, part of the rally last inning.
Look out at second. And Hannah deals a fastball for a strike inside corner.
Tough call.
Well,
80,
I mean,
83 up and in the armpit area.
he has been calling a very wide strike zone all night, and that one was no exception there. That was probably about a foot inside.
Calling it outside, inside, below the plate.
0-1, definitely a pitcher strike zone tonight. And there's a strike right at the knees.
That's a
good pitch. 0-2. Look out at second. Here comes the 0-2. And that just misses. Low and outside. Boy, very close pitch. Great take
really
by
close,
Medikoff.
Yeah, tough
1 and
take
2.
there. Hard to take those pitches with this strike zone. Crabs have a lead, so they don't need to get aggressive, but you want to go down looking.
1-2. Fouled out of play. Pitch in on the hands.
Staying alive. That was just above the center of the strike zone at 83 miles an hour.
One and two. Swung on a miss, got him. Took something off. Had Medikoff out in front.
Yeah, coming in the mid to high 80s there up until that pitch, and that was 76 miles an hour right down the middle of the zone. Just a pure strike, challenging him with the off speed. Medikoff strikes out in front of it.
2 away, and here's Sutter Moss, 1 for 3. Takes a fastball high and away. One 0. Fouled out of play.
That foul ball brought to you by Wild Planet.
Ball and strike to count. This is away.
Healdsburg up on Medford 12-1.
Ouch.
Lincoln up on the West Coast Kings 12-0.
Ouch.
These are two good teams that the Crabs played tight.
2 and 1 meanwhile.
The same three teams at the top of the Pacific Empire League again at the end of this year. We'll see. Crabs outside looking in last year.
2 and 1 to Moss. And the pitch. In the dirt, and it skips away, and that's going to allow Forsythe to go to third. Howard holds it first. So runners on the corners now with 2 away. And the count 3-1 to Moss. Hannah's pitch is a strike. Oh boy.
Jeez, I don't know. I don't know about that one. It was way out there.
Three-two. Runners go, and it's fouled out of play. Forsyth at third, Howard at first. 3-2 the count. Forsyth will take off with the pitch. Howard's going to have to hold. 3-2 called, strike 3, and that ends the inning. For the Crabs, no runs, there were no hits, there were no errors, and 2 left. And at the end of 7, they lead 5-0. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. We are back. And do we have a new pitcher on the mound, or do we have someone warming up? This is number 16. This is Enyart, right?
There he is, yeah.
Adam Enyart out on the mound in relief of Spencer Jacobs.
Crabs home run leader coming in to pitch in relief. Love to see that.
He's basically Shohei.
He basically Shohei. Just needs an adorable dog.
I couldn't believe what a big deal they made about it that Ohtani came in and pitched 1 inning last week. It was
I
like
don't
it was
care.
all anybody was talking about,
Yeah.
and it was like he
Hey,
pitched for 1 inning.
All I'm going to say is if you're a major league ball player and you score
I mean,
a
it's
strikeout
cool.
and a hit in a game, it's legendary.
I know. I mean, it's cool that he. I mean,
You
of
do
course,
it.
he's a great player. There's no question that Shohei
It's
Ohtani's great,
legendary.
and there's nobody like him. I get all that, but I mean, they made such a big
Legendary.
deal out of him coming back for 1 inning.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
So awesome. I'm here for it.
Jeez. Like I said, there isn't. It's true. There's nobody like him, and
He's so fun to watch.
and that's great. Yeah. And,
I love the way that he plays too.
Sure,
He's such a
yeah.
stand-up guy.
he is totally. Yeah.
De-escalates.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Love to
No, he's
see
a good.
that.
Yeah, he's cool, but still, I mean.
Can
it's-
Adam Enyart get a home run pitching? Because if so, he's going to figure it out.
That's right. So here's Enyart facing Ryan Denton and Porter, the heart of the order for the Wolves. And there's a fastball low and away, 1-0.
Benjamin missed the 50-50 by 2 numbers. He was so close. I thought we were going to lose him here in the booth. He collapsed in his chair. No go.
This is why I don't gamble. 1-0. Slider away. 2-0.
When 3 of the, 5 are right, that gets you right there on the line. And then
I was really off by about 50 tickets, but still. The 2-0.
cosmically
Check
speaking,
swing.
the
That's
numbers
right.
were identical.
2-1. But
Enyart pitching 90 miles an hour. No big deal.
the 2-1 slider away. 3-1.
If he keeps playing the way he is, he is the team MVP.
Well,
right?
for sure.
Like,
Yeah, no question.
There's no way that there's even an argument about it. We're not even halfway through.
3-1. Fouled away, and the count goes full.
That foul ball brought to you by The Fireplace on F Street in Arcata.
91-mile-an-hour fastball. Ryan tonight is 0 for 3. And he walked him. So runner on first, nobody out for the Wolves.
Number 10, Ryan
Crabs
Pearson.
scored 3 in the third with a 3-run shot from Tyler Howard making his Arcata Ballpark debut. They were able to plate 2 more in the, what was that, the 6th? Is that right? Yeah. Kept Chico to goose eggs tonight.
Pinch hitter now for Denton. This is number 10, Ryan Pearson. And he takes a pitch right down the middle for a called strike. Oh, and 1. It's outside. One ball, one strike to count. Here's the pitch. Swung on a missed. Took something off. Nice slider, 1 and 2.
Close to 90 on the fastball, 82 on the slider. Tough to track.
Next pitch misses low. 2 and 2.
Looked like a pretty good strike.
Two, swung on and missed, got him, good pitch. Foul tip.
89 that time, just outside the strike zone. Big hack, nothing to show for it.
So 1 away, here's Porter. He's 0 for 3. 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Crabs. No runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Lone Wolves. And that's lined in the right field down the line. On his way to third is Ryan, a single for Porter.
Porter hits that 74 off the bat, just kind of a lazy line drive through the gap there. The runner made a pretty good break on it, able to get over to third base.
Well, the thing is, it wasn't hit so hard, so he had plenty of time.
Right.
Runners on the corners now for Henderson.
Not exactly a lobbing ball. There's no way it was going to get caught. He
And
really could go right
It took
away.
a strange hop when it hit the grass. It kind of hopped towards Moss. So it had a lot of spin on it. So are we going to have looks like a pinch hitter here, number 99. Yeah, this is Jay Patterson pinch hitting for Henderson. Number 99. Man, Patterson swings and misses at the first pitch. Or did he foul it off? He fouled it off. 0-1. A 1. Swung on a miss. A big cut at the fastball. 0-2.
91 inside from Adam Aniart, the Crabs' RBI leader.
Oh, 2. Little hopper out towards second base. Throw to first. Run comes in to score to make it 5-1. On the play, Porter goes to second. So an RBI for Patterson. And with 2 away, Robles scheduled to bat. Nope. This is going to be number 16. Wyatt Bickle. And Bickle takes a strike on the inside corner.
Chico breaking the goose egg here in the 8th inning with a leadoff walk and a little bit of activity. A hit and a fielder's choice.
The next pitch, breaking pitch. This is inside. So runner out at second, 2 away. 5-1 now in favor of the Crabs. And here's the pitch. Fastball away. So the walk comes around to score, as they are wont to do.
Give them the opportunity.
2-1. And the pitch. Little looper out towards second base. Caught on the fly by Rogers, and that ends the inning. There was a run. There were no hits. There were no errors, and a runner left. And at the end of 7.5, it's 5-1 Crabs. This is Crabs Baseball 107.3 FM. We are back. New pitcher on the mound for the Lone Wolves. It's number 88, Jake Buck.
Crabs looking to stay undefeated at home. They were 12-0 before the road trip last week, and then they lost, won, and lost at Healdsburg, and then won, lost, and won again at Lincoln, going 500. We've said all game how big of a deal that is, with Healdsburg and Lincoln being the 2 top teams in the Pacific Empire League last year, and the Crabs going 0-6 on the same road trip. So Lincoln coming into town this weekend, just a ton to look forward to in that heads-up game. Meanwhile, if you're the Humboldt fans and the Crabs team, you just want to stay undefeated at home as long as you can. Leading 5-1, just a great chance to do that.
So Buck will face the bottom of the Crabs order, Lee, Rogers, and Hamilton.
Jace Buck, that is a pitching name right there.
Caden Lee 0 for 2. Jace Buck looks like he's about 6'5" or bigger. It probably weighs about 280, I bet. Football. Could be a football player.
Jace Buck.
88-mile-an-hour fastball swung on and missed. There's another one that misses low. Oh, he called it a strike. Okay, well, actually, that was closer than most of the pitches tonight that were called strikes. So, okay. So 0-2 now to Lee. And there's a breaking pitch that misses low. 1-2. 1-2. Oh, hits him. Ouch. That is the third Crabs batter that's been hit by a pitch by the Wolves tonight.
87 miles an hour.
Yeah,
right
I bet that didn't feel good.
ribs.
Right on the ribs.
Yikes. Giants down 4-2. Is that a final? Top of the ninth to the Marlins. The vaunted Miami Marlins.
Here's Parker Rogers 0 for 2. And he's hit on the back. Yikes.
Gonna hear from it from the cheerful
Oh, well, I mean, come on, if you
Arcata
can't,
crowd.
you know, if you can't pitch without hitting batters, then, I mean, that's 2 in a row now.
87 and 85. Really just no way to sweeten that. It hurts. It's not nice.
4 Crabs hits by pitches tonight. So first and second
Number 2.
for Nolan Hamilton, who's 2 for 3.
Welcome's echoing the sentiments of the crowd here on YouTube.
Here's the pitch. There's a, surely that's a strike. Nope, over the ball.
And don't call him Shirley.
Low.
Or were you calling me Shirley? I suppose we should clarify.
1-0.
There we
Lined in the
go.
left field for a base hit. They're going to hold the runner at third. That's going to load the bases. Third hit of the night for Nolan Hamilton.
84 miles an hour center cut, 92 off the bat, just right up the gap on the left field side there. Crabs making him pay for putting him on.
Back to the top of the order. Here's Keenan Morris.
And now making the lineup for your Humboldt Crabs, number 9, Keenan Morris.
Keenan Morris with a whole cast of Crabs in front of him. Opportunity to do damage. Close the door on Chico tonight.
Morris 1 for 4. And he foul tips that one up against the backstop. Just missed it.
Timed pretty good. It was just high and outside. It went off the tip of the bat.
The 0-1. Again, timed well, but he fouled it away.
Similar spot, 84 miles an hour.
And he's in an
above the strike zone.
0-2 hole. Lee at third, Rogers at second, Hamilton at first.
Crabs fans looking for a hit.
The 0-2. Lashed foul out onto F Street.
Boy, Keenan
Took
is
something
hitting it
off and
everywhere except for
Morris
into
was
play
way
right
ahead
now.
of it. Fooled him.
Yeah, that one was 73 and inside.
Oh, and 2. In on the grass at the corners.
Come on, Keenan.
And the pitch. Again fouled out of play. Well, he's fouled 5 pitches out of play.
Yep, left field, right field, 2 of them went straight back. The only thing he's got left to do is hit it into play.
Still the count is 0-2 with the bases loaded and nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. Crabs lead by 4. Oh, 2. Check swing. Did he go around? No.
It was way outside, 71. For a minute, I thought he was going to call it, but he was just getting the check swing call from second base there.
I thought he was going to call him out too.
Sure looked like it.
1-2. Here's the pitch in the dirt.
Tough at-bat for Keenan Morris. Taking tough pitches, fouling them away. Let's see if he can capitalize.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Fastball misses away, and so a great at-bat by Keenan Morris. In an 0-2 hole, works the count full.
Hanging
After
tough.
fouling off 5 pitches.
Umpire calling him all over, and still's got the guts to take those pitches outside and stay up at the home plate there.
What an at-bat. 3-2 the count. Nobody out.
Come
Line
on.
down the left field line. That is going to be
There we
up
go.
against the
There we
wall.
go,
1
Keenan.
run is in.
Here we go.
The throw to the plate. 2 runs are in. A 2-run double for Keenan Morris after an incredible at bat. He just lofted that more or less down the left field line. I don't think he hit it that, only 90 off the bat. But it plates 2 more runs, and that's a stand-up double.
Man, it's hard to find enough things to say about Keenan Morris. He's
having a great season for the Crabs.
He's leading the Crabs in steals. He comes up huge with the clutch hit there. The Crabs had a lead, but again, you got to put a margin between these teams at this level. And now up 7-1, you got to feel pretty good as a Crabs fan that this one should be locked away.
And now
Just a great at
comes
bat.
Coach out, and that was an amazing at bat. That really.
Like you said, he's down 0-2, fouling a bunch of them away, just chopping away, and then he starts taking these tough pitches.
I know we mentioned that we thought Enyart might be the MVP, but Aiden Morris making the case.
He makes a good case. He's going to have to pitch a couple games to get my
That's
vote.
right, yeah.
I'm a sucker. If you can pitch 1 inning in my mind and then lead the team in home runs, then you've got my vote.
So the coach out to the mound. He has his say. So now he's going to head back to
Buck's going to stay out there.
the dugout.
Coming back for your humble Crabs, number 1, Elijah McNeil.
So still nobody out. Here's Elijah McNeil. He is 0 for 4. 2 runs in. Crabs leading at 7-1. Second and third, nobody out. And the pitch. McNeil takes a fastball low and outside. One 0. In the air to center field. That is going to drop.
There it goes.
And here comes 1 run, the throw to the plate. Another run scores. On his way to second, it goes into center field. And 2 more runs come in to make it 9-1 Crabs. RBI single for Elijah McNeil. He goes to second on the throw. Hamilton and Morrison to score.
Yeah, Hamilton and Morris both coming in pretty much right on top of each other. That was another tough one. Couldn't tell if he was going to be able to make a play out there in center field, but it just blooped right in front of him. And that's it. Both Crabs booking it towards home. Go Crabs, go. 9-1.
And they have busted it wide open here.
Next up, number 5.
I hear a faint mewing from the like a small puppy maybe
The Lone Wolves.
from the
Not
Wolves
that
dugout.
intimidating.
9-1. I shouldn't, because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow night. Next
It's
pitch
true.
misses high.
You got to get while the getting's good.
Here's Forsythe. He's 0 for 2.
And when the score is 9-1, I would say the getting's pretty good.
Yep, 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 yep. The 1-0. Popped in the air on the infield. Porter calling for it. Actually, it's Anderson to make the catch. 1 away. Runners hold.
Caught that?
Anderson, second baseman, caught it.
Okay.
McNeil holds at second.
Next up,
And here's
number
Howard.
17, Tyler Howard.
Point Street calls them the Chico Wolves, and that makes more sense than Lone Wolves. Just pluralizing Lone
Well,
Wolves.
point streak, though, runner's going to third, and he's going to make it easily. No throw. The pitch is a strike. So I guess that's just in defensive indifference. I mean, they didn't even bother to throw down there. I mean, it's 9-1, so
Yeah.
I'm just going to call it defensive indifference. The 0-1 misses high. 1-1. One strike on the outside corner. 1-2. That point streak, it shortens the names of teams.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get Lone Wolves in.
No, I think it also calls the Healdsburg Packers
Yeah.
as opposed to the Prune Packers.
The 1-2 slap foul over towards the Lone Wolves dugout.
Probably one of my favorite non-Humboldt Crab names in Pacific Empire League Baseball, though now it turns out Liam is developing a bit of a rivalry, sounds like, with Healdsburg, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. They're good. They're loaded. They're
1-2.
stacked.
Swung on a miss. Good pitch. Got him.
Tough.
Howard gone for only the second time tonight. 2 away.
Yeah, he's had a pretty good night.
And here's Tate Metcalf. He's 1 for 3. So McNeil over at third. 4 runs have scored to make it 9-1 in the Crabs' favor. Here's the pitch. This is high.
9 Crabs to 1 lone wolf, perhaps. Just one solitary wolf.
Someone might want to call the SPCA. 1-0
Looking endangered.
is in there for a strike on the inside corner, 1-1.
Call the EPA, but I don't think they're picking up the phone right now.
I don't think they are. 1-1. Breaking pitch is a strike on the outside corner. One and two. And the pitch. In the air to center field. Going back is Day. Still going back. Still going back. And it's off the base of the warning track. Another run scores. And that's a double to the deepest part, to the 368 sign for Tate Metcalf. That ball just kept carrying. Kinser Day desperately trying to catch up with it as it just kept carrying out towards center.
Looked like
and
a
it
really
finally,
tough play.
It was a tough play.
The ball came down right at the corner there, right where the wall meets the warning track. And he was in position. It's just a hard spot when you're sprinting straight back to get there to make that catch.
So here's Sutter Moss. Yeah, I mean, there's just that would have been a great play if he'd made it. And here's the pitch. Moss takes high. So 8 batters sent to the plate here in the bottom of the 8th inning for the Crabs. They have broken it wide open.
Jace
And there's
started in trouble with 2 hit by pitches, and the Crabs have plated both of those and then some.
next pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1. 10 hits now for the Crabs. And there's a pitch, that's a strike. Belt high. 1-2 now to Sutter Moss. Moss is 1 for 4. 10-1 Crabs. The 1-2. Oh, just missed outside. Who knows? I mean,
Yeah.
I fully expected him to call that strike 3.
Usually that is strike
And it has
3.
been a strike all night. Not on that pitch. 2-2. Here's the pitch. And he slaps that one in the air, and it drifts over towards the picnic area.
No
on
catch.
the left field line.
I do think someone over there had a glove to reach for it. That's pretty rare. Good to see.
2-2 is the count. Two. Rides high with a fastball, and the count goes full to Sutter Moss. Caden Lee on deck. Lee's the one who started the inning, who's hit by a pitch. 3-2 to Moss. Ball 4. Oh, nope. Called strike 3.
If you insist.
All right. That ends the inning, but the Crabs get 5 runs, excuse me, on 4 hits. There were no errors and 1 left. And at the end of 8, they lead it 10-1. This is dominating Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. All right, we're back top of the 9th inning. Last chance for the Wolves with the Crabs up 10-1. Adam Enyard out on the mound. And Kinzer Day leads it off, and he hits a ground ball at the second base. And 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 9th.
2 outs left for Chico. Trailing 10-1. The Crabs played 3 in the 3rd, 2 in the 6th, 5 in the 8th. Dominating Crabs baseball.
So here's Taylor. He's 0 for 2. These two teams will meet again tomorrow night, folks, 7 o'clock. The band will be here tomorrow night. And with any luck, the weather will be a little better. It's a nice night. Every night's a good night for baseball, though, so I guess it doesn't really matter. The next pitch is a strike at the knees, 0-1. It'll be Liam and I tomorrow night bringing you all the action.
Benjamin has informed me that an aggregate of umpires is called an incompetence of umpires.
The 0-1. That's the group name.
You informed me.
Yeah.
You certainly didn't coin that term.
No. I mean, someone's in charge of that, not me.
Someone else.
I just happen to know that. That's what it's called.
We're just passing it along.
It's a pot of whales and incompetence of umpires. Murder of crows. The 0-2. Misses outside. 1-2.
I would have gone gaggle of umpires, but an incompetence is better. It's a mob of emus, apparently.
The 1-2 is cued foul. Well, that doesn't surprise me.
A duel of doves. How about that? You can refer to a paddling of ducks if you want. That's good to know. A paddling of ducks. Okay.
1-2. This is down low, 2-2, because the name identifies their essential features. You can see, which explains the whole umpire name.
I was gonna say this. This is the
2-2 pitch misses outside. 3-2.
They're a fundamental part of baseball, Benjamin. An incompetence of umpires, but don't ask if he wants robo-umps.
Absolutely not. 3-2 swung on and missed. 2 away.
He'd rather have incompetent umpires than robotic umpires.
You can't yell at robotic umpires.
Yeah,
what's the point?
What's the point? We have yet to hear Benjamin lean out the window and shout at the ump tonight. It's one of the better experiences here at the ballpark.
So here's Anderson. He's 1 for 3.
He reaches over, mutes his mic so he can lean out the window and shout. That's Crabs baseball. Sometimes he won't mute his mic. No, he'll just share it with the cosmos.
Pitch is a fastball outside. 1-0 now to Anderson. Last chance for the Lone Wolves. Crabs up 10-1. Looking to go 16-3 on the season and 13-0 at home.
Undefeated at the Arcata ballpark.
1-0. Fastball is a strike at the knees. 1-1. The pitch took something off, and that's a strike on the outside corner. Now the Lone Wolves down to their last strike.
It's a great strike from Enyard there.
1-2. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. He throws the bat away, and that ends the game as the Crabs win it by a final score of 10-1 for the Crabs in victory. 10 runs, 10 hits, no errors. The win goes to Miles Oliver for the losing Lone Wolves. 1 run, 4 hits, 2 errors. The Crabs go to 16-3 on the season and 13-0 at home. Aaron, good ball game.
Yeah, Tyler Howard with some big hits tonight, with some big defensive plays. Miles Oliver getting himself out of trouble. He had a rough couple innings there at the beginning and then
settled down. Yep.
Yeah, so just a great game by the Crabs.
Well played all the way around.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to listening.
All right, till then, folks, thanks for listening. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM.
Go Crabs, go.